I've reviewed over 100 queer movies since the beginning of last year, but some of my videos could have gone a lot deeper. So here's part 1 of my re-review series. Let's talk more about I Saw the TV Glow. This was movie number 28 in 2025, and it is my least favorite post that I've made. I had limited my early review videos to only be 1 minute long, so I didn't really get to say everything that I wanted to say on some of them, and for this one I chose kind of an obnoxious cold open and made a pretty lazy analogy, which ultimately bungled up the point I was trying to make and made the video pretty obtuse overall. Since this is a lot of people's favorite queer movie of all time, I wanted to rehash it and hopefully do it more justice. This is my original review note, and what I really want to say about this film today is that the way that it has been talked about, and to some extent the way that it has marketed itself, leads to a fundamental disconnect on expectations for cisgender and or non-queer people who come in expecting a more traditional horror. This does have the horror genre listed on Letterboxd, and it appears that way on streaming services, and the poster itself is honestly giving Poltergeist. So for people who have not really experienced gender dysphoria in their life, this abstract and existential brand of horror comes off feeling more like a drama, which invokes sadness and concern rather than outright fear. I think the film does seem to do a great job at portraying gender dysphoria and the power it has to quite literally slowly kill someone, but at the same time, I think it's still fair to say that there are parts that feel maybe overly art housey or fluffy and don't really ultimately lead anywhere. When you combine that with mismatched expectations on some of the horror elements due to how the film was packaged and how the film acts tonally in some parts, I still don't really think that my score was ultimately that far off. I have not rewatched this film since last year, and if I did, I'd maybe give it a half a star higher. I do think it's a visually beautiful film with a really strong message, but either way, I'm now glad to have fully gotten my thoughts out on this, and I welcome any and all criticism, agreement, etc. Let me know in the comments what you think.